George Washington was born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. He was the first of 6 children born to Augustine Washington and Mary Ball Washington. His father was a prosperous planter, and Washington grew up on a large estate. He received a good education, and at the age of 16, he began working as a surveyor. Washington's father died when he was 11 years old, and he was left to fend for himself. He worked hard to earn a living, and he eventually became a successful planter himself. He also served in the Virginia House of Burgesses, where he gained experience in government. In 1754, the French and Indian War began. The war was fought between France and Great Britain for control of the Ohio River Valley. Washington was appointed commander of a Virginia militia unit, and he fought bravely in several battles. He earned a reputation for being a skilled and courageous leader, and he was promoted to the rank of colonel. One of Washington's most famous battles during the French and Indian War was the Battle of Jumonville Glen. In this battle, Washington and his men ambushed a French scouting party. The French were outnumbered and outgunned, and they were quickly defeated. This victory gave the British a much-needed boost in morale, and it helped to turn the tide of the war in their favor. In 1775, the American Revolution began. The war was fought between the American colonies and Great Britain for independence. Washington was unanimously elected commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. He led the army through 8 long years of war, and he never gave up hope of victory. The war was a long and difficult struggle. The Continental Army was often outnumbered and outgunned, but Washington never gave up. He was a brilliant military strategist, and he was able to outmaneuver the British on several occasions. One of Washington's most famous victories during the American Revolution was the Battle of Saratoga. In this battle, the Continental Army defeated a large British force. This victory was a turning point in the war, and it helped to convince France to enter the war on the side of the Americans. In 1781, the British surrendered to the Continental Army at Yorktown, Virginia. This victory effectively ended the war, and the United States of America was born. After the war, Washington retired to his plantation, Mount Vernon. However, he was soon called upon to serve his country again. In 1789, he was elected the first president of the United States. Washington served 2 terms as president. He helped to establish the new nation's government, and he set a standard of leadership that has been emulated by presidents ever since. One of Washington's most important accomplishments as president was the creation of the United States Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of the United States, and it has guided the nation for over 200 years. Washington also helped to establish the United States foreign policy. He believed that the United States should avoid foreign entanglements. After his presidency, Washington retired to Mount Vernon. He died on December 14, 1799. At the age of 67, he was buried at Mount Vernon. George Washington is considered one of the greatest presidents in American history. He is remembered for his leadership during the American Revolutionary War and his role in establishing the United States as a strong and independent nation. He is also remembered for his high moral character and his commitment to public service. Washington's legacy is still felt today. He is considered the father of his country and is a symbol of American democracy and freedom. That's it for today, so hey, if you pacify your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it to your friends, or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the YT University.